Hi all! I have this newly created Hanami application using the template repository. It only has the homepage implemented at the moment, but I would love to transfer it into a blog application. To do so, I will add a new route under the /articles URL. First, let's visit the routes.rb file stored in the config directory. The router distributes the incoming requests and decides which actions should handle that. So let's add a route to handle get request to /articles URL and write the handler to it. The handler in Hanami can be literally anything that responds to a call method, accepting the rack-env as an argument and returning the serialized rack response. So for a very minimal example, we can even use a raw proc. This will render the level 1 HTML header tag with the articles string in the browser. This is super simple and elastic in use, because as those are the only requirements, we can replace this proc with any object that meets the router expectations. If we would have to render more complicated templates, however, it would be nice to have a class that takes care of preparing the HTML and keep our routes clean and simple. This is when Hanami Actions come in. I can replace the proc written directly in the routes by a path pointing into the action I want to call instead. By default, Hanami assumes that actions for a given slice are placed in the actions folder inside this slice, and the rest of the path matches what we have written in the route. Let me then create a new action named articles in the blog folder. Remember, it can be any Ruby object that responds to a call accepting rack-env as an argument and returning the rack response. So let's define the call method and return the standard rack response, but with different string in the h1 tag, so I will just be sure that it works. Now when I will visit the browser, you should see the updated text. Awesome! While this works fine, usually we would like to write our templates in the HTML or Slim files, or serialize our JSON responses using serializers instead of writing raw strings everywhere. This is why in Hanami, except actions, we have also views and templates. The whole request flow starts from the router. Then it's distributed into a proper action which parses the request to extract the params and headers. The action then calls the proper view object with prepared arguments. The view, based on the given arguments, prepares data for template to render and then renders the proper template with certain local variables exposed. The template, however, only specifies how the structure of the rendered document looks like. Then it's rendered by a view. Having this in mind, let's leverage this architecture, starting by using Hanami Action. When I will remove the custom call method and inherit from main action, it will look for a specific view and try to call it with the prepared parameters. Please notice that we inherit here for an action specific for the given slice, as there may be a situation where each slice will have different authorization strategy or other request transformations. Now let's create a template for articles listing of our blog. I create the articles HTML Slim template file in the templates directory, and inside let's list some articles titles. Then I need a view that will render this template and expose the articles collection to it. This will be stored under the same path in the views directory of the main slice. Within the view lays the logic of preparing the data for a template. My template needs articles collection that it can iterate by, so let's quickly expose articles method and within generate a simple array of structs to be returned. I need article definition yet, and we are ready to go. Quick look at the browser and voila! Here are our articles listed. In this episode, we have went through the basic rendering flow in Hanami applications and understood the view-related part of Hanami architecture. It may be a lot comparing to simplified MVC approach where there are the only three parts of the system, model view and controller, but history proved that MVC just does not scale well, and extended Hanami architecture, where each class has its dedicated purpose, definitely allows to reduce coupling in bigger systems and better manage complexity. That's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would like to thank Sven Schwinn for supporting this channel. I really appreciate all the support which allows me to improve every day on the content I make. If you want to see more videos in this fashion, consider subscribing to the YouTube channel and follow me on Twitter and such. All links you can find in the description of the video or the hanamimastery.com. Thank you all, you are great, and see you in the next episode.